Hello YouTubers, this is Noobifier. This is going to be a short video for today, but as part of who I am, and hopefully this is a normal trait for most, I like to learn new things. I mean, who doesn't? But what is a bit abnormal, as I'm told by my friends, is how completely invested I get in this understanding. Sunday I spent the day at Shannonville Speedway with Kyle and Jacob, who I met through a previous obsession that lasted over 10 years. That was a modified car that I dumped every waking hour into. And did you know that if you want more time to achieve your goals, you can simply stop going to bed, right? But in all seriousness, I had upgraded all of my camera gear when I got back from Kuwait, and what better way to learn how to use it than to go out and use it? The track is only about 2 hours from my house, and motorsport media and social media is what Jacob does for a living. In its simplest form, he's a reporter and a content creator who does what I do for Star Citizen, but for the automotive racing, drifting, and show scene. A lot of what he does is actually very similar to what I do. Because he's reporting on real things though, he actually has to go get the shots and the footage to be able to report on it. So my job that day was to stand on the inside of the last corner and capture the action with my new camera. Drifting is still a relatively new sport that, as the name suggests, involves letting the ass end of your car break loose as you slide around the corner. Tons of skill, super technical, cars that are specifically modified to achieve this at a very competitive level. Drivers are paired and usually perform 2 back-to-back runs, one leads, one follows. The job of the follower is to get close and remain uncomfortably close while also drifting. Points are awarded for speed, angle, and overall cockiness of the run. It's super exciting to watch and a unique motorsport. So some of the backstory was that I shared an office many years ago with an image tech, and curiosity and conversation led me to buy a 70D. At the time, it was a Resolute mid-entry level crop sensor base with video as an option. YouTube content became a thing, and for that I have B-roll, video B-roll, and all of that was done with my 70D. The results were good. Phones got better and they came with the capability to shoot in 4K, and I found I wasn't shooting anymore. I had gotten lazy and was happy with the output of a phone. All that changed since I returned from Kuwait. This is good for the channel, and to be honest, I actually really missed shooting. Shooting gives you depth of field, bright, beautiful shots with clarity, separation, composition, and you're also more easily able to achieve what's just called a cinematic quality. I'm nowhere near proficient yet, but my day at the track forced me to get good, fast. The day also taught me how to get very good with tracking fast-moving objects, setting up focus options, and of course output. The Canon R5 is a bit of a unicorn. It can shoot 8K 30 frames on its beefy sensor. Those files are massive, they're raw, and they were recorded flat in C-Log, meaning that they needed to be developed, processed, and graded, which is all brand new stuff for me. Literally trial by fire, and all I've done since that day was reading, watching, and talking with people who explained the workflow so that I can better understand. So much fun being that close to the action in the sun and playing with my new investment with all of the benefits to the channel that are going to come with it. So I close out the video by stating the obvious, that the point is always to entertain and be informative. I hope you at least got one of those, if not both. And it's super important to me that you comment your comments in the comments. There's so much more of me going on behind the scenes, which all comes together in this channel. Do you have any tips or tricks working with C-Log, or do you have any more specific questions for me about my workflow, gear, or just a comment? All of that is welcomed. Please follow me on Twitter, because once it's published, I will post the final video that we worked on. Thank you very much for spending your time with me, and drive sideways. Obviously.